What's up guys, I am BlackOpsAmazing and welcome to another video on my channel. So in today's video, I'll be showing you how to quickscope in Call of Duty Ghosts. If you do enjoy this video guys, and if it does help you out at the end, leave a like rating, that is very much appreciated. If it could reach over 300 likes, that would be absolutely great. If you do want to see some more awesome videos from me, also make sure you hit the subscribe button on screen now and enjoy. So starting off, you need to choose a sniper rifle that is correct for quickscoping. In my opinion, in Call of Duty Ghosts, there are 4 snipers, only 2 of them are good for quickscoping and they are both bolt action. You can either use the USR or the L115. I believe the other 2 aren't actually bolt action and they're semi-automatic or something similar to that. But I recommend the USR or the L115 for quickscoping. So I either use the L115 or the USR. The USR is actually deadly from the waist up and the L115 is deadly from the knee up. So I recommend the L115 that tiny bit more because it has that tiny bit more damage. For attachments, either go with extended mags for more ammo or armor piercing for just destroying enemy equipment a little bit faster. Or you actually don't need any attachments because none of these actually help you with quickscoping. You can have a secondary if you want for getting out of them sticky situations when you miss your shot or you're reloading. For a lethal, I normally use throwing knife because that's just something that you would usually use for quickscoping or sniping. For perks, you need things that will help you quickscope and reload faster and other things like that. So go with ready up so your ready is faster after sprinting. Sleight of hand because that helps you with faster reloading. Also go with steady aim because that increases your hip fire accuracy for no scoping. And finally go with quick draw for faster aiming. So before you start quickscoping, 2 important things you should know is that 1, there are now no crosshairs when you're not zooming into your scope. Normally when you use another gun, for example an assault rifle, you'll have crosshairs, you'll have 1 at the top, 1 at the bottom and 2 either side to actually show you where the middle point is and where you can actually zoom in and where your shot's going to go. That is no longer there when using snipers, so it's much harder to quickscope. And also when you're zooming into your scope, there is also rendering outside of the scope where before it would have been black. Second, you need to know how far you can actually zoom into your scope for quickscoping. For quickscoping, I would recommend zooming in like this in Call of Duty Ghosts. Zoom in so you can actually see, but don't hold it in there too much or that will count as a hard scope. But also don't do this, don't actually not zoom into your scope enough because your shots are just going to go in random places and you're not going to hit the target. As you can see, I'm going to do that now and start shooting, and my shots are going in random places. I've got 1 at the top, 1 at the bottom, and the bullets aren't just hitting the spot where I want them to hit. If there's an enemy in the middle, you can see here that the bullet spread, it's all spread out, it's random, so I'd recommend zooming in more than that, but you've also got to know, like I said, how far to zoom in and how far not to zoom in. And you can see here, this is the right way to quickscope in Call of Duty Ghosts. Like I said, it's different to previous games. You need to zoom in more than you would have in previous games. So I've zoomed in, you can see my shots are actually more on target than they were before. So this is going to hit the target where I'm aiming at. So I'd recommend start off quickscoping in Call of Duty Ghosts along with bots so you can actually test out how far you need to zoom in. Like I've said, just see what I've done there. Zoom in about that amount and then zoom out. If you zoom in too much, it's hard scoping. Zoom in not enough and you're not going to hit that target. Another thing I would actually recommend is getting a sensitivity that you feel right with. I actually personally prefer sniping on a sensitivity of 4 in Call of Duty Ghosts because the highest is 20. It's much higher than it was in previous games. So go into a sniping match or just go into a lobby and find a sensitivity that is right for you. If it's too high, again, you're not going to hit that target. If it's too slow, you're not going to have time to turn around and zoom in to hit the target. So find the sensitivity that's right. I recommend 4, 5 or 6. The third thing I would recommend is actually stopping to quickscope. So run, stop, and then quickscope. I wouldn't actually recommend running and then quickscoping straight away because I don't think you have a better chance as running, stopping, and then quickscoping. So you can see here I've set myself a challenge. I've shot into the wall with that magnum and basically I've got to run and straight away quickscope into the site and try and hit along where that area is, just quickscoping like that. So I've got to run and quickscope straight away and see if I can actually hit the area where I shot with the magnum, and you can see the results here are actually quite bad. The bullets are kind of spread out. So you can see the second challenge here is to me, basically I'm just putting this knife into the wall and I've just got to run, stop and then quickscope and try and hit that target, and you can see at the end the results are much tighter. I'm actually much more on target. So I would actually recommend if you're running to actually stop for a quick second and then quickscope instead of running and quickscoping straight away because you have a better chance of hitting the target. I know it might get you hit, but if you're doing this quickly, you're going to have a better chance of hitting them. Another question that some of you guys may be asking for Call of Duty Ghosts on how to quickscope is, where do you actually know where to zoom in on your scope? You know, in previous Call of Duties it's much easier. You actually have crosshairs so you can just line the person up. In this Call of Duty you don't have any crosshairs for the snipers, so you kind of have to predict where they will be, but you definitely know that they will be more towards the left of where your sniper nozzle is. So at the end of your sniper, they'll be more to the left of that. So you can see here, if I actually fully zoom in, my sniper actually comes out a little bit to the right of that, so you need to actually make sure your sniper is a little bit to the right of the player, and when you'll zoom in, the scope should be nearer to them. I could have explained this a little bit more in previous Call of Duties because it was much easier with the crosshairs, but in this Call of Duty, because they've got rid of the crosshairs with the snipers, which is a bit stupid, to be honest, you know, it's a lot harder to actually predict where the person is going to be. So you've got to kind of predict this for yourself. I can't really help you with this part, but I can just say if the person is directly in front of you, the sniper should be a little bit to the right of them. And one thing that can help with lining your target up is actually drag scoping, so you can do no scoping, drag scoping or quick scoping. I'll show you no scoping right at the end here, but drag scoping is actually where you zoom in, and if your target's not right in front of your sight, if you actually do get the chance to see him and you don't think your target's there, actually just move your sniper across a little bit to whatever direction he's in and then shoot. You know, it's called drag scoping. You can actually drag your sniper a tiny bit over to where the player is. And finally, you can do no scoping. Again, it's much harder because there are no crosshairs and it's not as accurate as quick scoping or drag scoping, but you can no scope if someone's right in front of you and you don't have time to zoom in, or they're too close to actually zoom in and be able to see them. Just quickly take a shot, no scope, but you can see here that they aren't as accurate. So that is it for this video, guys. Thank you for watching. Hopefully this tutorial helps you out with quickscoping or sniping in general with Call of Duty, because you know, quickscoping, no scoping, drag scoping, it's all part of just sniping in general in Call of Duty. It helps you out. If there's someone, if you're actually, you know, person that loves sniping, quickscoping is going to really help you out. If there's someone you need to quickly take a shot at and you don't have time to actually line your shot up, you know, take a quickscope. You know, people shouldn't be angry at people who quickscope. It's just a form of sniping themselves. You know, sniping is something Infinity Ward put into this game. They've made it harder, but it's still something you can actually do. Also, don't be afraid if you want to quickscope and go into a quickscoping match. Don't be afraid to hard scope, because obviously there's a better chance of you pulling off that shot. If someone's right down the map, it's going to be harder to quickscope than someone who is closer. So thank you for watching this video, guys. Leave a like rating if you did enjoy. I'll leave you with a little bit more gameplay now. There's some awesome shots at the end here. So if you have enjoyed, leave a like rating. If we could reach over 300 likes, that'd be absolutely great. If you're new to my channel and want to see some more videos from me, make sure you hit the subscribe button on screen. Now, thank you for watching this video, guys, and until next time, peace out.
SATCOM ready. SATCOM uplink enabled. Guard dog ready. Guard dog killed in action. Maniac ready for delivery. Friendly has Maniac armor. SATCOM ready. SATCOM uplink enabled.